Hey everybody, welcome back to Team Stitch and Scents. Today I want to talk to you about my Scentsy journey. As most of you know, I joined Scentsy May 8th, 2012. It's been just a little over 2 years, and I was sitting here getting ready for the Scentsy Family Reunion, which is our convention that's next week in St. Louis. And I was going through and just making a list of things I needed to get done and, stuff like that. And I got to thinking, what would my life have been like had I not decided that 2 years ago in May to join Scentsy Family? Now, mind you, I did it on a whim. I did not plan on selling this. I've said this time and time again. I even told my husband, don't worry about it. I'm not selling a thing, honey. I'm too busy. I just want the discount. I just want to be able to order when I wanted to and stuff like that. It was a convenience thing. It really was. And he was like, okay, well, in a few months, and it didn't take me long, but within a few months, I realized how different Scentsy Family is compared to other companies. And I know I've said this over and over, and I'm sure you've heard it so many times, you're like, quit beating the dead horse here. But, it's true. I mean, really, it is just so different. And then like I said, I was writing on my list, and I just started to think back about what would it be like if I hadn't added Scentsy Family on that date. If I just had decided, oh no, I'm not doing it, I'll just keep ordering through my cousin and do that. And the stuff that I would have missed is just crazy, the list of things that I have done in just 2 years. I cannot even imagine how different things will be for me. I mean, as far as like travel goes, I went to Spring Sprint in Fontana, Wisconsin, and that was the February after I joined. Then in March, I went to Boise, Idaho to Scentsy Family headquarters for boot camp because I had become a director in 5 months after I joined. I mean, think about that. That's crazy. I went on a trip then to Hawaii because I had earned a trip for 2 plus exclusives the first year I joined. Shortly after that, it was a few weeks later, I went to my first Scentsy Family reunion in Indianapolis. And I drove down there with a few of my team, and we had a blast. Then I went to the Spring Sprint in Minneapolis this last February. And 2 days later, we turned around and drove to Charlotte, North Carolina for Spring Sprint there so I could spend time with some of my team that I had growing out there. I just got back from the Bahamas a few weeks ago. Next week I will be driving to St. Louis for the Scentsy Family Reunion. 10 years, people. This is exciting. And in September I will be driving, or not driving, I'm flying. I'm not driving to Boise. To Boise for the Velada convention. That's in just a little over 2 years, and that is crazy. I mean, it really, really is. And then I think about, and you think, okay, all that traveling is really fun and cool and everything, and I've earned trips and stuff for 2. But think about all the people I would never have met had I not decided that day on a whim to spend $99 and join Scentsy Family. That's crazy. Literally hundreds of people. I've met probably literally thousands of people because of my Scentsy business, doing parties, events, Facebook chat, YouTube, all of that. I've come across so many more people that I would have never had contact with had it not been for Scentsy Family. I mean, that's just incredibly crazy to me. Then I think, okay, I completely have stepped completely outside of my comfort zone. Because before, even though I love digitizing and working with embroidery, I was home. I was in front of the computer. I did not need to go anywhere. I did not really need to talk to anybody. So it's not like I was standing up in front of people chatting or anything like this. To do my first YouTube video, I was scared to death. Not to film it, to videotape it myself, but to post it. I had never done that. I'd never put myself out there. But I did it, and then, you get kind of addicted to it, and you love it, and you realize that, You know, the best thing to me is when somebody messages me, and even not if they join my team, that's great. I love it. So don't get me wrong there. But I've had consultants message me and to say, you know what, that message meant so much to me, and now I'm gonna do this more or do that or whatever, and that means a lot to me. But then you figure also, this last Charlotte, I went at the spring sprint and I was on a question and answer panel for that. So I sat in front of people and answered questions, things like that, and that was scary as heck. I'm going to tell you, there was 3 sessions. The first session I shook through, and then after that I kind of got the groove of it. And couple weeks ago when I was in the Bahamas, I did a videotaping session with Scentsy about recruiting. And I'm like, wow. I mean, that is crazy to think, because if you'd have told me a couple years ago that I was going to do that, I'd have laughed in your face. I said, there is no way that I am going to do any kind of taping like that. Well, I wasn't going to drive down to Indianapolis. I hated driving, and I'm still not a big fan of it, but I do it more. And I certainly wouldn't have been driving down to St. Louis like I'm going to do next week. There's just been so many things that Scentsy Family has done for me to open up my world. And I really think about how sad, I mean, and I guess I can't really say sad, but how different and how much more quiet my life would have been, and how much more people I would never have known or met. And that means a lot to me, probably more than anything. Yes, we get great paychecks and stuff like that, but my Scentsy family means so much to me because they have my back. I have theirs. And it's just such a sisterhood that you cannot believe. So that's why I choose Scentsy Family, because it has been such an amazing blessing in my life, and I've gotten to do so many things that I would have never done. And I know that for a fact. And so I cannot wait till next week to celebrate with my Scentsy family 10 years of this company, this amazing company that started out in such a hard place. Orville and Heidi will tell you right out, they were on the verge of bankruptcy. And to build what they have, because they do not just care about money and themselves, they truly care about us. And if you've ever met them, you could totally attest to that. So I'm going to end this now because I'm getting all teary-eyed and everything, and I don't want to be that way. But if you're thinking, wow, I really need something like this in my life, really consider joining Scentsy Family. It is such an amazing blessing, and I know you will not be disappointed. Talk to you soon. Bye.